If you're looking for a dessert that's not overly rich, then this fruity apricot tart is definitely for you. Let's begin by making the sweet pastry. Place 150 grams of plain flour and 50 grams of icing sugar into a mixing bowl and whisk them together. Next, add in 75 grams of unsalted butter and rub it together between your fingers and thumbs until it resembles a breadcrumb-like consistency. Drop in 1 egg yolk and incorporate it into the mixture before adding in a little splash of water just to bring everything together. I'm using my hand in a claw-like shape here and moving it around until it clumps together to form a dough. Flatten the pastry down as much as you can. This will make it easier when it comes to rolling it out later. Wrap it up and place it in the fridge for a minimum of 1 hour. Now that the pastry is done, we're going to move on to making the frangipan filling. In a stand mixer, place 150 grams of unsalted butter and 100 grams of caster sugar. Using a beater attachment, beat it together until it's light and fluffy. You can also use an electric hand whisk for this. This is what it should look like. Next, we'll add in 3 eggs, but we'll do this gradually, so mix it between each one until all 3 are fully incorporated. Then we'll add in 150 grams of ground almonds and 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract and mix for 1 minute until all ingredients are fully combined. And then you should have a mixture that looks a little bit like this. Set it to one side while we go back to making our pastry case. Take your pastry from the fridge and then we're going to need to flour our work surface. Place a little bit of flour on top as well, and this just helps to roll it out. Roll out your pastry and between each roll move it around, and that just prevents it from sticking. Roll it until it reaches your desired size and then place it over your pastry case. Don't worry here if it breaks a little bit because we're going to mould it here anyway. Press it right down into the edges, and if it's broken in any places, just patch it up with a bit of excess pastry. Dock the bottom of your pastry using a fork to stop it from rising when we bake it, and then place it back in the fridge to chill for another 20 minutes. 20 minutes later, take it from the fridge, and next we're going to remove the excess pastry from around the edge until it looks a little something like this. Place in a sheet of greaseproof or parchment paper before adding in your baking beans, or in my case I like to use rice because it gets right into the edges. Then we'll place it in a preheated oven at 170 degrees Celsius and bake it for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, remove the rice and then place it back in the oven for a further 5 minutes to finish off cooking on the bottom. Now for our hidden secret chocolate layer, place a pan with a little bit of water over the heat and bring it to a simmer. Place a heat-proof bowl over the top and place in 100 grams of dark chocolate and heat it until it's completely melted. Remove it from the heat and pour the chocolate into your pastry case. And then using a pastry brush, brush it all the way over the bottom and round the edges until it's fully coated. Next, add in your frangipan filling and then smooth it out on the surface. Take 8 beautifully ripe apricots and then using a knife just cut around the centre, give it a little twist to open it up and then simply pull out the stone. It should come out nice and easily. Press the apricots firmly into the frangipan mixture in whatever pattern you like. For the final bit, I'm just going to fill the gaps with some sliced apricot there. And then we'll bake that in a preheated oven at 160 degrees Celsius for 50 to 55 minutes until golden on top. Finally, we're going to brush it with some honey or some warm apricot jam because that'll add a lovely shiny surface and also more flavour. Remove your apricot tart from the mould and then place it on a cooling rack to cool. I recommend then placing it in the fridge for at least 2 hours before slicing into it. 2 hours later, we've got a beautifully set apricot tart, and then I'm just going to dust it with a little bit of icing sugar before slicing into it and then removing the perfect apricot tart slice. So there you have it. This apricot tart has everything you need. It's got a delicious homemade sweet pastry, a lovely filling, nice tangy apricot, and a little secret hidden chocolatey layer that just complemented so well. I hope you enjoy making this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.